People often ask me, what does it mean to be transphobic and what does it mean? So that's such a big question. The reality is we all are transphobic. We all engage in transphobia. We all embody all the messages that we learned from societal constructs. Those messages teach us what is normal, what is okay. So, for example, when we think blue is for boys and pink is for girls, we are being transphobic because we're equating what we've learned as to what is for what identity or gender is a real thing, when the reality is that it's for everybody. It's just a color. So transphobia shows up in many different ways. Most people who think of transphobia, they think of somebody physically harming another person or verbally telling that person that they're wrong for being who they are. When it's things like not having a neutral restroom for people to use, not being angry that there are laws that are passed now that says drag queens are illegal because people don't understand that that's just not about drag queens. That's an actual attack on trans people. What is defined as a drag queen is a person wearing clothing that doesn't align with what their gender assigned at birth is. So trans people are wearing clothing that doesn't align with what their gender assigned at birth, the societal constructs as to what they should be wearing. So it's literally laws against trans people. That's transphobic. And people who are not enraged or trying to take any types of actions to combat this are engaging in transphobia, even when they're unaware. Right? So not being aware doesn't mean that we're not part of the problem. We're not aware because of the privilege that we hold. So transphobia, there's so many layers to it. There's the actively hating and wanting to harm people who are trans, but then there's also the complacency of taking no action to help protect trans and non-binary people. Another form of transphobia is not sharing your pronouns every single time and assuming people's pronouns or using ma'am, sir, miss, Mr., Mrs. without ever asking the person what prefixes to use. So it's a big, big question, what is transphobia? And those are just a little tips of the iceberg.